Welcome into the Mavericks Minute here with Sports Radio 810 WHB. Time to catch up with one of the coaches of the KC Mavericks, Josh Robinson, who you do work with goaltenders, right? And some video work. And you were a former hockey player right here in Kansas City. Welcome, first of all, and take us through kind of maybe your path to Kansas City. This is your second time here.
Yeah, so I grew up in Michigan playing hockey, kind of all over the place. Ended up going to play juniors in Sioux City in the USHL. From there on to Michigan Tech in college. My first 2 years pro, I was in the Dallas Stars organization, kind of between Idaho and Texas in the American League, and then went to Europe in the Austrian League for my first year over there, and then ended up coming here for 3 years. So I ended up working out really well that I came to a great spot and enjoyed it here.
And then you began coaching and went down to Florida. Now, what's more fun, Florida or Austria?
Florida.
Florida, more fun than Austria?
Yep.
Austria, I mean, that's got to be a great way to see the world, though, right? I mean, you play hockey, you end up in Europe playing a little bit, and here, I mean, the game can take you anywhere, right? That's kind of the way it works for a lot of players.
Yeah, no, it's cool that there's leagues all over the world, and once you kind of get to a certain level, opportunities present themselves in countries you never expect to be in. And I was playing on the team in Hungary, playing a bunch of Austrian teams, Slovakian teams, kind of all over the place, and ended up in Norway. And it's definitely a cool way to see, part of the world you never get to see otherwise.
That's pretty cool. Now, when you grow up in Michigan, that's hockey country, right? And I heard you say organization, not organization, because that would be the clue you're from Canada, right? That's we get that sometimes. One of the challenges here in America, and especially something that Mavericks do a lot with outreach, is getting youth hockey going on around here, right? Because there's not a lot of ice and ice time and stuff like that. When you grew up in Michigan, do you call yourself a hockey person right away? How do you kind of get into hockey at the beginning and say, I'm not a football guy or a baseball guy or a basketball guy?
No, I mean, neither of my parents played or skated. I just got lucky that the Detroit Red Wings kind of started having their success in 96, 97. I was 6, 7, 8 years old, and watching the dynasty that they had for so long, I thought, oh, this is great. The Wings win it every year. They have great players. I want to do this. And for whatever reason, I told my dad I wanted to be like Chris Osgood when I was 6 years old, and I stuck with it ever since then. So whatever decision 6-year-old me made was a good one.
Now, that's how many kids you think say, I want to be a goaltender? I mean, is that something that most kids dream of, or do most kids just dream of scoring goals?
It depends. Even now, I probably have more fun scoring goals than I do stopping them at this point in my career. But it depends. There's a lot of things that draws kids to playing goalie. There's the equipment. There's the being on the ice the whole game, being the hero and making the big save. So whatever.
Or the mask,
exactly,
painting the mask. That's good.
There's a ton of great things, and kind of the biggest obstacle is just getting them to stick with it, because generally when they first try it, they're not very good at it. And you're a little kid, it's a big net, you don't have much success. But once they fall in love with it and start enjoying it, it's a great position.
Now, what's the transition like been when you've started coaching? You find that rewarding?
Yeah, I love it. In Florida, I was lucky enough to be working with the Everblades, the ECHL team, and then in any given day I could be on the ice with an NHL draft pick and a 10-year-old kid. So it really makes you a better coach, because the things that you're able to explain to the pro guys, you have to explain differently to the 10-year-olds. So you really have to kind of tailor it, and kind of seeing the whole spectrum of goaltenders down there.
And what do you like right now about how the Mavericks have done, especially in the goalkeeping or goaltending part of it?
We've done a great job here, and and all 4 guys that have played for this season have had a lot of success and played well. And as far as the youth hockey here, it's growing, especially since I left here. It's taken some big strides, but it's kind of one of those smaller markets that will continue to get better and better. And the more former Mavericks and former pros that end up settling down here and start coaching, it's taken a big jump in that way.
Well, it's a lot of fun to watch the games. I know that. And if you'd like to go, you can always get tickets online at kcmavericks.com. Thanks so much to Josh Robinson, who's one of the coaches for the Mavericks, for stopping by the Mavericks Minute.